Hey guys, it's Ultra again. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite cryptos, ENS. But before we get started, just make sure you go ahead and hit this subscribe button here. I've got 666 subscribers. Let me get that up to like 69, 420, something around there. So make sure you hit that. But anyways, so ENS is the token I wanted to tell you guys about today. And so I'm going to show you a little bit of research on it, and we can dive in. All right. So ENS is a Ethereum Name Service, and essentially it's similar to what DNS does. So just like how you have .com names, these are .eth names. So for example, one of mine has is ultraxpt.eth. So I can just type that in, and instead of typing in that long, horrible alphanumeric string, it'll go straight to my address. So it helps with not making mistakes. It also helps with just having, it's just cool to have user readable addresses. And ENS, the token, these are NFTs. So that .eth name is an NFT that's transferable. So you can send it to whatever wallet you want later down the road. Right now it's on my hot wallet. And then the token itself is a governance token. So it's used to vote on how the protocol is managed, and control of that token is control over the protocol. Now, ENS does have one thing going for it, and it's that it's a monopoly. There's no other registries out there that can take the .eth name, and .eth is the coolest and best name. It's kind of like .com, except for Web3 instead of Web2. So I'm really bullish on this token because I think it's key infrastructure. I think that as we move to more people using Ethereum and using Web3, everyone's going to want to have a .eth name. So I'm buying up. My plan is to buy up more of the .eth domain names so I can have those and be able to flip those. You can sell those on OpenSea. And then I'm also very bullish on the token itself because as it's used to secure the protocol, it's a security mechanism for it to have a higher price. And I also just think it's severely undervalued. If you look at the coin market cap, it's only number 230. I think this should be a top 20 token. Top 50 for sure, and I think that eventually will be a top 20 token. There's really just no reason for it to be number 230 besides the fact people are afraid of airdrops and buying airdrops. I'm not afraid of it. I got 240 of them because I had a .eth name and they were airdropped to all the .eth people. And I immediately went and market bought, like right when it was listed on Bybit. I market bought, and I've got like 1,000 on a hardware wallet and then a little bit more that I'm trying to trade with and work my way up to get even more. I'm very bullish on it, and it's a long-term play for me. You go on Bybit and look at it. There's some pretty good info there, but the market cap is really what I'm focused on right now. It's just so low. So if you compare the market cap with ENS with what the top 20 is, let's see what the top 20 is. Let's just get it to number 20. And this doesn't factor in that the whole market might be pumping, right? Say we go bullish for 3 months. The entire market's going to be going straight up, right? So the top 20 is going to be higher than where it is now too. So this is a conservative estimate of what the top 20 would be. So the top 20 market caps, we'll compare it to Matic. Right? So that is if it's just top 20, that puts us at 741 where Matic is now. So that's a 13x from here. That's the bare minimum. I think that if we're looking at a really bullish market, we see all of these coins in the top 10, top 20 start to go 20x, 10x from here. Not all of them, but a significant amount of them can go a lot higher. So I think that a conservative target is in the 700s. And then I think if we really start to talk about, bullish targets, let's look at Cardano. Cardano doesn't really have much use case. If you have some, that's fine and dandy. But it doesn't really have much use case right now. It's not decentralized and there's no smart contracts. And right now, in order to get shitcoins on Cardano, you have to go into a Discord and some dude will literally like take 2 to 4 hours to send you your shitcoins. It's really kind of vaporware. ENS isn't, right? So it's possible to have a really large gains on a token like this if you can hold it for a long time. I think we're going to go up really fast, the entire market until maybe February or something like that. But if you have the ability to hold something like this for years, I think you could really see a 100x pretty easily. because the entire market is just very bullish. You know, we're in a, I think the super cycle might be real. So it's something to factor in, that if you have the ability to hold long term, I think this is a great play long term. And I've got it on a hardware wallet. I'm planning to hold it for the long term. So I encourage you to check out the white paper and learn about how all this works. And then, you know, put 5 or 10% of your portfolio in something like this, and you might end up having that 100x. It's worth more than your whole portfolio was when you put it in. So it's something to check out. In the short term, I've got, you know, some technicals here we can look at. And in the short term, I'm targeting, you know, mid 200s. It's been just going sideways in this range for a long time. And it's got this kind of, you know, accumulation area here. And even when Bitcoin dumped, you know, Bitcoin just dumped, you know, $6,000, ENS just held steady. It just never dumped. And as an airdrop token, you know, what I think's happening right now is all the airdrops are getting shaken out. Everybody's selling their airdrop here, and big boys are buying up these bags. And we're going to make those airdrop people FOMO back in. They're going to buy, you know, they're going to want to get back in when it gets to 250 and stuff like that. So you don't want to get left behind in something like this. It happened to me with Uni, the Uniswap token. I got the airdrop for that too. I sold it, you know, after a week or something like that. And it went and did a 10x from where I sold it. And I was wondering what the hell my problem was. Because my thinking was, well, it's an airdrop. It's just going to sell down. You know, it's all going to go, it's going to keep going down forever, and I'll be able to get back in as the airdrop people sell out. But I think that the new paradigm is that these airdrops don't necessarily have to sell down. It's pretty based how they're doing it. Basically, instead of giving it to VCs and selling all the tokens to VCs, they're just giving it to protocol users, and then the VCs have to scramble and buy in later. And so it's kind of giving the power back to the people to get an airdrop. So don't take that airdrop for granted and think, oh, everybody's going to sell, so I'm going to sell. You know, just think about it. Is this something that I want to have 3 years from now, a year from now, 5 years from now? And if it is, consider keeping your airdrop or consider buying more like I did. As soon as it got listed, I immediately bought more just because I wanted to have this token. It's not about whether or not it's going to go up or down. In the short term, it's about having it in the long term and where it's going to go in the long term for me. So anyways, that's a quick rundown on it. We're right now in the 50 range, and it looks like it's going through a reaccumulation phase. And I don't see any reason why we can't pull a 3x or a 4x, 5x from here in the next month or two. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting, is a parabolic ascent to the mid 200s, and then cooling down from there. So